It's Week 8 of the National Football League.
And we'll see Zach Wilson.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Broncos and the Panthers, next on EA Sports.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here with you once again. Is this week going to be a step in the right direction for one of our teams we've got, Brock, both of whom haven't played the type of ball early in the season that they want, both coming into this one below 500.
And you and I both know we're not math majors, but we do know this. You stay below 500 in this league, well, you're going to be headed to the top of next spring's NFL draft order. We're not to that point yet, but whoever comes out short here will find themselves a whole lot closer to it.
Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. Bringing them out to former number 2 overall pick out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 3 now. Another run for Williams. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. And following that return, we've got an injured player down there. He'll receive some assistance as we step aside. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Dalton now to throw. Completes it to his running back. Here's Jonathan Brooks. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brandon Jones up for the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Dalton looking to throw. Connection made to Tremble. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an All-Pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting second right now across the league in rushing yards. Wilson with it on first. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
At their 48-yard line.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That one gains 7. And the Broncos will have a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Straight ahead with Williams. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the handoff, this is Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Wilson now from the gun. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And they're on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now for the 2nd time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Motion man sent left. Now Dalton. Throw complete to Thielen. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Throwing here, Dalton. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Dalton. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Another punch brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Broncos get set to take over. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. He gets it complete to Josh Reynolds. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Complete over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Sticking in the air with Wilson. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Throwing again. Here's Wilson. This one's caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up. Throwing from near his own goal line. Thielen's got it, complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. On the option, they give it to Brooks. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Here's Dalton to throw. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be 2nd down. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he'll have it up across the 20 on a decent pickup there. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. To throw, here's Dalton. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. And a man is there to knock that away. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it sets up second down.
He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
Brooks on the counter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They're throwing it. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Denver set to take the field on offense. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
DJ Wallum on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the
Only a
25
solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Give to Williams from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Completed to Sutton. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll run. This is Williams. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And that's good for a gain of 5. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
brings up 3rd and 1.
Wilson to throw it. Completed to Reynolds. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They're set up at the 35 now. On first down, it's Wilson. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
And 5 at the Panthers' 30-yard line.
Wilson. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Once more, it's Wilson. And the Panthers are there to bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they are unable to double their lead.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Panthers set to take the field. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. It's taken in by Mingo. And they make the tackle at the 38. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, here comes Brooks. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Again, it's Brooks. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Running once more with Brooks. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They've got a man in motion. This time it's a passing play. This is Legent working the left side. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Putting the tight end in motion. 2nd and 8. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Xavier Legent the target on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Throwing here, Dalton. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Broncos corral it!
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? will free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The Broncos and this running back headed back out for a new series. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. Keeps it moving. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And they send a man in motion. Wilson on 1st and 10. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down. Wilson now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Wilson to throw again. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And they'll take over facing a 6-0 deficit. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Dalton. Completed over the middle. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, a give to Brooks. And this one does not go far. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Dalton. Legette's got it. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Broncos back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. 1st down throw from Wilson. Quick slant caught by Sutton. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Man in motion here. From the gun, it's Wilson. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they have 3rd and short. Running for the marker with Williams. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the run, so now they face 4th down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Trenton Gill on the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. First and 10 now from the 30. Dalton looking to throw. Finds a man. Deontay Johnson has it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's caught. That's Thielen. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Thielen's got it. Complete. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they've got themselves another first and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Throwing now from the gun. Stays in the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. To throw, here's Dalton. Hits him on the out route. And this one doesn't go far. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. On 4th down, out comes the Panthers field goal team and Harrison Mevis. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Mevis able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Finding Reynolds. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Wilson. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it's going to be 2nd down. Sticking in the air with Wilson. He's on the move. He can run it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to double their lead. So we've reached halftime in Denver. The hometown fans, yeah, they're feeling good. Their Broncos have the lead. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where you see the final score there. The Vikings don't want to fall into a deep hole this early, so a good win there ups their record to 3-4. From there, we head east to the Land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry, 100 yards exactly on the ground with a touchdown run as well. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Drake May, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Here's Dalton. Throw complete to Thielen. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Brooks. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Here's Dalton to throw. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. That stop made by Derek Brown. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Back now, pressure on its way. Cut by Sutton. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Wilson to throw it. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Once more, it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Wilson now from the gun. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 3rd and just 2 to go.
3rd and 2.
To throw, here's Wilson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos push their lead further to start the half. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. He finds Johnson. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Now Dalton. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Dalton gets it to him on the screen. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He was looking Xavier Legette's way there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. On 4th down, out comes the Panthers field goal team and Harrison Mevis. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The home teams start out for another look alongside QB Zach Wilson. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So second down coming up. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Completed to Reynolds. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 43-yard line.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Motioning one of the tight ends. On 3rd down, here's Williams. They're across the 40. Nice run here. And finally stopped at the 34. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, it's Wilson. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And now it's 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
He fields it from the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard. Could have used considerably more. That's going to bring up 3rd and very long. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Even with the assist from that defense, still third down here. Thielen, the receiver, in motion left. Here he is on 3rd and long. Thielen's got it, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, ball at the 36. To throw, here's Dalton. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he'll get it up to the 44. 3rd and just 2 to go. Hands off here for Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Carolina in punt formation. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Hits him on the out route.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Pass taken in by Sutton. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Jukes out a 1-stop, and that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Faking the handoff. Now Wilson. Cut by Burton. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. So now here's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 13 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
That kind of call right there, Kate, shouldn't be the 3rd down surprise it used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago. So common in teams' playbooks league-wide. But boy, is it tough to defend. And that's why they love breaking it out to reset those chains.
1st down from the red zone. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Receiver in motion going left. They'll run now on second down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Buys time, rolling right. Oh no, the ball is loose! And this is gonna stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're gonna have 1st and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
Wilson now. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jordan Fuller comes up with it. And the Panthers have some new life in the 4th.
They'll take over first.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Carolina offense headed out now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Dalton now to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Dalton. On the quick slant, it's Legent. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. Throwing here, Dalton. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Draw play, this is Williams. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
32-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Another run for Williams. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Broncos, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start.
False start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Wilson now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Zach Wilson.
And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
A big loss on the play.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of saying, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Panthers football. This offense making its way back out now. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And down it goes. The Broncos got there. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. That one's incomplete over the middle. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Here's Dalton to throw. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
He's throwing deep to the left side. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
1st down throw from Wilson. Throw complete to Williams. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
For a Denver Broncos.
A handoff to Williams. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Wilson. He brings it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Wilson on 3rd down. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Here comes their offense out again. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Hauled in left side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Dalton looking to throw. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Dalton. Throw complete to Thielen. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Now Dalton. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd and 10 now. Trying to push it deep downfield. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Here he is to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. To the sideline, and it is incomplete. Short of the line to gain. Wouldn't have mattered anyway on 4th down.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
So here comes the Bronco offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. A timeout now. Staff out to attend to an injured player. And that's Javonte Williams shaken up. And we know he's dealt with a big injury before. Hopefully nothing serious this time. From the gun, Pirine. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. First down, and they go right back to him. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, a run with Pirine. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building, it's a win at home for the Broncos. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.